Welcome back, everyone. Nice sunshiny drive down the old mighty Ohio here this morning. Got me thinking. In T-minus 1 day and some hours or whatever, you can go on Can-Am's website and check that out. But it is going to be release time for the new Can-Am models. So, I don't know about the other models and I ain't really going to get into that. But let's talk about the Defender in particular, right? That's what I ride, right? Defender Adventures. So, anyways, what is our expectations? I don't think we should set them too high, myself. I don't think we should be thinking that Can-Am is going to come out with a Defender 2.0, which I wish they would. And maybe they will. I don't know. But I don't think it's going to happen this go around. Hopefully they prove me wrong. But and if we was to go that extreme, what would we want to see? We'd want to see probably a turbo model, stock on 32s, something crazy screen inside with some kind of GPS and all that good stuff that, like I say, is probably not going to happen. For one, what really kind of leads me to believe that is, so Kawasaki, as we all know, come out with the H2. Well, I feel like they was really pushing to sell their KRX models. They put them things on sale and was trying to move them things. Well, you really don't see that with a Defender. I mean, yeah, you might hit some rebates or something like that, but they ain't really dropping MSRP a bunch on them and acting like there's something they're really wanting to move. So I really don't think the Defender is going to get revamped that much. So let's talk realistic expectations. Realistically, what would we like to see? What would I like to see anyways? So number one overall complaint on the Defender is obviously the horsepower. So hopefully we see a upgrade in that department, whether it be, you know, the Commander motor or even the like a, I don't know, just a revamped version of what we have. But let's at least get to that 100 horsepower mark. I think that it would be a perfect baseline horsepower range for the Defender. 100 horse would really waken that thing up. And I know a lot of people say, well, that's not why you buy a Defender. You know, well, granted, you might not need it, but it's nice to have it there. Like, if you're in the trails and you get into a situation where you just ain't got the wheel speed, or you get yourself in a hairy situation, you get down in a rut or get stuck on a rock, or you come up to a little grade that you didn't realize was as steep as it is, and there ain't really nowhere to turn around, it's nice just to have that extra giddy up and go. Nice to just, it's there if you need it. You know what I'm saying? And I think 100 horsepower, let's not get crazy. I mean, we don't need a 150 horsepower Defender. Don't get me wrong, it'd be nice, but don't think we need it. So 100 horse, that'd be great. Hopefully that maybe happens. I don't know. What else? Suspension wise, I really, for a base model, I don't believe that the Defender suspension is terrible. I mean, I honestly think it's good. Could we maybe get some Fox shocks, at least on a limited? That would be great. Because the suspension on them is good, but if you're going to drop the money like they're asking out of these limiteds, I think you could do a little bit better on the shock upgrades. Now, in a base model, I don't think you're going to see any big changes. I think what they got's fine. And in a limited now, I mean, you can already run a 32 with the A-arms they have on them, so I think that's cool. So no big upgrade there. Maybe some different shock options, but as far as suspension, not too hateful. Inside, technology-wise, that's another big complaint I see is, well, we don't have the big screen, we don't have the touch screen, we don't have this, that, and the other. And I get it. I do get it. For what you pay for these machines, the technology should be upgraded. I understand that, especially in a limited. You're dropping that kind of dime. You want You want top of the line. You want to be able to show off to your buddies, look at what I got, look at my big screen. I get that, but like in a base model or even in an XMR, don't think it's necessary. I know you guys that might not be a popular opinion, but you give me speedometer, some temperature, maybe belt temp would be nice, and voltage. What else do you really need? I mean, everybody runs tablets or has downloaded the TrailView or some kind of mapping system to where when they go to these parks, that's what they use, because they're, let's be honest, they're way better than the GPS that comes in like a Polaris with a ride command. And I might be wrong there, I don't know, I've never really messed with it, but just from some of the folks that I've rode with, they don't really mess with the GPS they have built in their buggy. They always have some kind of other mapping system. So would it be nice? Sure, yeah, especially if it doesn't bump the price up a bunch and they go ahead and throw it in there. But as you know, the more technology you get, the higher that price is going to go. So I really hope they keep the Defender still cost effective. So let's look into, other than that, so there's technology, a little upgrade in a limited would be nice, because those things are big bang. Of course, the horsepower thing, I think that definitely needs upgraded regardless. Suspension, it's all good. So what else do we really want? I mean, I'm sure they'll probably do another collar combination, which I don't know, they've kind of exhausted that. What else are we going to get? A white one maybe, or orange, which orange would be cool. There wouldn't be no yellow fella anymore. I like orange. Yeah, but I don't know what else they could do. How about maybe even an XMR limited? That would be epic. That would be hard not to pull the trigger on. That would be definitely one that I would have to go venture to the dealership and take a peek at. That would be an ultimate machine. You'd have the gear reduction and of course the factory snorkels and a limited model with HVAC. I think that right there would be top of the line, especially if they did boost that horsepower. But I don't know, we'll see. I know the countdown is on, it's going to be exciting. Just an update on Yellerfeller. The axle is ordered, should be in next week. We'll do an install video on that. So in the meantime, keep an eye on that Can-Am website. It'll be exciting to what they come out with, and I will definitely update you next week on what exciting things changed, and we'll get Yellerfeller back together and we'll get back into the woods. Like I say, next ride is probably going to be the Big Coal River. Probably head down that way at some point in time, scope that out and give you some content on it and what you can expect. But in the meantime, the most exciting thing going on is the new lineup drop. So that's kind of where I was going with this video. Appreciate y'all following along. Keep liking, keep subscribing. We'll see you on the next one.